Today I want to tell you about I'm going to describe about this picture. So this picture shows a supermarket is very crowded. So first I'm going to tell you what is in supermarket. A supermarket is a place where people sell foods, accessories, and many needs that we have. If we are describing this picture, it is very crowded. So I think like if there is maybe an discount or an event. So the people who work here, there are many people who work here from the cashier who pays. Who help them pay the groceries. Then there is the boss, the CEO, and many more. So in supermarkets, there are sections like food sections where they have food, of course, and accessory sections, and probably a lot more because the supermarket is very big. If I have to guess where the supermarket is, it's probably somewhere in the US or European countries because it is not. Because in Indonesia there is not like a supermarket like this or as big as this. And so because it's snowing outside, maybe it is Christmas. So there are a lot of people who gather for supplies in the cold.
Which adjective clause?
So in supermarkets, they have many branches. There is Target, Amazon, or maybe like a lot more. And supermarkets are usually bigger compared to like markets they used to. Stores or convenience stores that you usually go to, maybe like Indomaret, Alvaro, and many more. Their supermarkets are usually built to supply the people there to get their needs and more. Then there's in Bangka there is still some supermarkets. Maybe Ramayana is still considered a supermarket for me because there are a lot of cashiers and there are a section of foods and a big place which is very cool.
Okay, nice. Alright. Question from Jerinka.
Why do people choose that supermarket instead of other market?
Probably because this supermarket is the closest to them, or they just prefer going here. Maybe because they have been here, like they already been went here like many times.
Okay. Fernando.
Okay, I have a question. If you were a kid, you said like the store has a lot of sections, right? So if you were a kid, which section will you go first? Like is it like the food or the toys or something?
If I were a kid, follow my mom because I'm just a kid.
So you just follow your mom wherever you go?
Okay. Last one from Iran.
Say, do you choose traditional market or that supermarket?
Another question. You have said the same questions again and again.
If you being the boss, of course you're gonna get many money. What do you want to use with that money?
If you were the boss of the supermarket, what would you use the money for?
Probably if I were the CEO of this market, maybe maybe renovate the market to become better and maybe some of the money also I use for my needs or something. Yeah.
For example?
Like foods, water,
Okay, so,
and more.
okay, alright?
I think that's all. Thank you.
Alright.
So, I asked them. This thing,
Hmm? Light?
I feel like I love. I first talking. Maybe your mentor. So I was talking and the main goalkeeper almost was I that's what I think about everything. There are also some so there's other icons. So till now my passion is goalkeeper, but I can also play defender. Then another route.
Okay, that's it. Okay. One question, because you mentioned about football. Futsal is actually football, or soccer can be if you want to make it in English, not futsal, of course. What is the best aspect about football for you? What is the best aspect about football? The best thing about football?
The very fun
Hmm?
because football is fun. So also there are many balls in my sport.
So, the best thing about it is the fact that, what we call it, so many pro players. The one that you said. The best part about it is there are so many good players.
The
Oh, sorry, not the pro players. Yeah, that thing, or the one that you mentioned, the diversity, the way football can be played anywhere, basically. Okay, all right. Sorry. All right. Now I have to you questions here. It is not exactly related to football, but try your best to answer it regardless. Okay. So, mm, so like any other sports, like any sports or anything that you need to learn, of course, sometimes in order to learn about football, you need to have a tutor or at least an experience. People say experience is the best teacher, right? But there are so many methods of learning right now, including one that is very ancient but very um, very apparent still is learning from books. Okay, learning from books. In the age of technological advancement, we have seen people learn from so many different medias except of just reading books. But in that context, do you think children, especially children, can still learn a lot from books?
about basically football. There's also motivational book, and there are also one of my favorite book is My Friends or very interesting story. The book is not a little time to read it.
Okay, and so you also learn from fictional books, basically.
Books can be story, it can more than violence.
Interesting. Okay. But with the technological advancement, books are not just physical copies right now. We have seen an evolution of books at the same time. Now we are in the age of not only physical books but also electronic books, right? There are many. There are not a lot of differences between books and ebooks. Um, if you ignore the fact that it's physical entity is different. Of course, ebooks doesn't really have a physical manifestation, right? It is a data that you have on your computer, on your phone. But regardless of that, what exactly are the advantages of electronic books in comparison to regular books?
There are some, maybe you are reading a comic, but the comic source is also available on the, or maybe there's like a lot of comics, book one, book two. You have to buy a lot of books, not just a lot of comics. I think, and also get more, also more convenient.
Okay, so oh, so it is convenient, but I am interested. What do you mean you can get it for free? Mhm.
Sometimes comics are stuff, but maybe in the already and also reading a book maybe it's not the book is not available on book.
Okay. Okay. Those are about books. Now, moving on, ebooks and books, they like what you said is a door to infinite knowledge, basically, right? So, from books, we can learn about politics, education, but also at the same time, economy. Now, in this era of economy, we have seen a lot of phenomenon where people want to have their own business, want to make their own business instead of working with other people. So, exactly, why do people like to run their own business?
Something longer for to I mean like
Hmm?
so most people often they always also people maybe they just like not open a business because they don't know what to do. But mainly it's people
So, for people that doesn't know what to do, basically, or sometimes, or because they want to build it just because they want to have a business, basically. Is there any particular reason for these people to want to own their own business? Hmm. Okay. Um, this is interesting because you mentioned about fun. Because businesses are owned not only by regular people but also by celebrities. Now, I like the fact that you mentioned that building business are not just about money because celebrities they build their own business not because they need money, right? But because they just want to or they get bored, as you describe it. But celebrities, of course, as we know, are not exactly in a desperate need to have a business because they have money of their own, right? So, besides that, celebrities are people that are very well known. Okay, celebrities are very well known and they are absolutely rich. But before this, they came from nothing. Do you agree? So with that in mind, how does someone become a celebrity? Mhm.
Maybe footballers, they most footballers that they face to them, or maybe celebrities can because of this.
Okay.
So it's
So, but you are inclined more to talent, basically. Have. Both of them are important, basically. Oh, okay. Um. Okay. So, because people. Okay. Now, it is an interesting thing that you mentioned about celebrities being from nothing, and then because of talent, and of course hard work, the way you describe it, right? Um, but with that in mind, do you think children should learn from celebrities in terms of everything? Let's say you mentioned about celebrities being hardworking and talent. Should children follow on their footsteps and look upon celebrities as their life model?
of people who they used to be poor, then this is the lesson. How the
Okay. All right. That's it, I think.